Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we've traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now. The Art League of Long Island is where artists of all ages hone their creativity. Today we visit a class where pottery goes up in smoke.
This is a special class. It's called the Raku class. And Raku is an ancient Asian process of rapidly firing ceramics.
Gina Mars has been an instructor at the Art League for over 22 years.
The great thing about the Art League is there's so many things you can do here. And not only can you learn to paint and draw and make ceramics, but you make a lot of friends. And the environment is very nurturing.
Motherly love got LuAnn into pottery.
My son had to do a project for Nassau Community College, and all of his stuff blew up in the kiln. So he needed something done really quickly, so we came together and we made a few pots at a pottery studio. And I got hooked.
Before that, she thought pottery was sloppy.
My friend tried to get me into it years ago, and I didn't like getting my hands dirty. But when I did it with my son, I wound up really loving it.
This was thrown last week, and there was like a little air bubble in it, so I wanted to get it out of it.
Barbara is very experienced in creating ceramics.
I've done, electric firings, I've done gas firings, I've done Raku firings, and by far, Raku is the most fun. I did it years ago at the old little schoolhouse. I actually do jewelry and glass work too. So I kind of got away from pottery and got back into it maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
What do you do with all these pots that you throw?
Oh, that's a really good question. Sometimes you sell them if you're lucky, and you keep them as a shrine. It's therapy. That is really why I do it. It's like you have to, when you come here, you have to get yourself centered and let the world go away.
Let's get to
fire
it.
this with the lid on it?
Go ahead. What do you got to lose?
Once the pots are dried and glazed, Gina puts them in the kiln.
Cover it up, and let's light it. So you're going to have to dig pits shortly.
The pit, we cover them with
Newspapers are shredded and they're used to line the pits.
We're ready. Tell everybody.
But before the ceramics are pulled from the kiln, each person is assigned a task.
I want you on this pit, and Felicia on the next pit. Okay. Then, if you guys see smoke leaking out from the sides of the can, you need to shovel it or kick it with your shoes because we can't have any smoke coming out of the cans.
The strips of paper combust when they come into contact with the 2000-degree ceramic art.
So after the 4 pieces are in, you're going to put more newspaper, get a big fire going, and then you're going to cover it with the metal container. They're all kind of simmering with the smoke right now. They're changing colors, they're crackling. Lots of things are happening in the pit right now. And in 12 minutes, we're going to open it up and we're going to see exactly what happened. Some people say you get better results on a rainy day. Some people say you get better results on a windy day. There's no documented fact that doing it in nice weather or bad weather works better. You never know. That's what's so great about it. I've been creating Raku for 30 years. I've never had the same piece in 30 years, the same look. It's always different.
When the pits are uncovered, in between the dirt and ashes lies some remarkable specimens.
See, now obviously the turquoise is because more air got to the turquoise and moisture. So now it changes when you turn it because this part was probably face down.
The finishing touches include scrubbing down the pots with steel wool, soap, and sometimes even Ajax.
And it comes right off. You see the carbon, most of it you can get off. Some of it you might not be able to, it might be too embedded in the piece, yeah.
And that's when you really get to appreciate the pottery's explosion of unpredictable color. Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we've traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.